We're going to talk about 5 altcoins that could do very, very well in April. Let's find out what they are. So hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, subscribe, bell button, leave a like and comment. It does really help drive masses to the videos. Now, on the screen here, 500% potentially, maybe unlikely in Bitcoin, but what the term of this is and the terminology is the fact that March is over very, very soon, I know, and April is happening. So this is why this video is apparent. We're going to talk about coins that have got stuff coming up, but also data suggests here, now this is a big thing, April's classically a better month for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. Tax season's over with, that money boom of Christmas and stuff's kind of happened, and people will take profits and it'll start gradually go again, right? 2 negative months in Bitcoin's history, 2014 and 2015. And this has only coincided with 2 following months in the next, obviously May from April, as negative months as well. They both came in bear markets. Now, history may repeat here. March hasn't been a bad month. We were all expecting a pretty wishy-washy month because of tax profit season, right? And you got to think Bitcoin's never been on this trajectory of a run from 10k to 50. It's bigger money now, right? Much bigger dynamic, right? So we didn't know what was going to happen, but overall the fundamental feelings are that we may well be up absolutely fine. We've had a nice little correction and things have turned around, but I'm more focused on altcoins at the moment, right? The dominance is at an okay position, and for me, I speak about it a lot, saying that when dominance is potentially going down and the total 2 is going up, altcoins are worth buying, right? And these are some altcoins that I believe that are doing pretty well. Now, disclaimer, not financial advice. I do apologise if some of these have already ran, but we've got to talk about news and fundamentals of why they are running for you to maybe look in the future at other projects that may well do okay. And there's a few on here that I may give you a little idea on where to look next. So, first one is Uniswap. Why? Version 3 is coming out very, very soon, the 5th of May. So we may well get a run-up of decentralized exchange alternatives. I'm not going to mention any by name, but if there's a bit of hype around the token development and the utility of a said token, where do all the masses go? Well, they go to decentralized exchanges for one, because it's easier to get the new fresh altcoin. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. So maybe Uniswap might be worth looking at, or maybe an alternative to Uniswap to follow the trend. The trend is your friend, as they do say. So it's definitely worth looking at. Now, the next one, we're going to have a little look at Kusama. Now, I know you're already saying this, I can see it in the comments, I know you're already writing, but it's already ran. Yes, it has already ran, but I'm going to explain why maybe not look at Kusama, maybe look at the big massive hay bale, which is Polkadot, right? So the parachain testing is happening right now, right? You can see already here, they've won the first slot for these assets, right? It's not just going to be one asset that's going to go for it, right? There's going to be loads. And I've explained on numerous videos, a parachain is like a shard, right? You've got to win those. As a coin, as a company, a DAO, whatever, you have got to win those via the means of bidding, auction. There's no unlimited kind of game here other than you must bid the highest and that's it, right? So it is technically unlimited. There is a limitation though on the amount of parachains out there. So unlimited in terms of how much you can throw at it to win it, but limited in terms of how many parachains there is going to be. They're both going to be on Kusama and obviously Polkadot. So what does that mean for us? Well, I believe we're going to go to the moon very, very soon. Kusama is currently at a very, very nice price range. I say nice, it's going mental. I know I recommended it and people were like commenting on me going, oh, you mentioned this is too high. That was like $180. Yeah. I don't think people understood the gravity of what this is going to do. I still think people aren't getting the gist of it here. 100 parachains and Polkadot, scary. So this is why I want to say this. If you're into Kusama, hold on to it. Chill out, relax and see what happens. Don't just get all weak hands on it. Just chill out on it. But what I will say is look at Polkadot. It hasn't mooned properly yet. So when we start looking as a price action of Polkadot. And let's just get the chart up. Let's have a little look, right? So when we start looking at Polkadot here, yes, it's doing pretty well today, but we've already been a lot higher. We've corrected from $42. Yes, it's not in the greatest position right now, but parachains aren't live yet. The Polkadot ecosystem isn't live and kicking yet. Hello? Do I need to knock on you? Do I need to tell you something here? That is kind of, yeah, it's a green light, it's a green flag for you to maybe go, oh, hold on a minute. Looking at the BTC pair, it's corrected perfectly, it's found level of support. You are not buying tops here. You are not buying tops. Don't be that person who waits for it to go all the way down to the floor to buy it, because you will probably miss out. As soon as that green light is given, that parachains are on the real testnet and people are physically bidding for it and throwing dot at it to bond it, it's going to get very, very interesting. Not just for Kusama, not just for Polkadot, but for the entire Polkadot ecosystem. It's going to be an interesting few months, definitely. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future. Moving on to the obvious bit of news that's happened today. Not this, but it's Ethereum based. You'll probably realise it in a minute. So the core developers are eyeing a mid-April hard fork for the Berlin update, right? So essentially they're going to do a fork to try and sort some stuff out, right? There's another one coming in July, which we all know about, the EIP 1559, which will potentially reduce fees, hopefully. So this is just one. This is one of the updates, which is actually going to do at least 5 of the protocols. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to change here, which is going to be quite good. So this is optimized contracts for, gas efficiencies, updated code on the EVM, and other changes protect against, fake, scammy, horrible denial of service attacks, which is actually one of the main reasons why the fees get pretty high, because it does get quite a lot of throttling, which will probably reduce a little bit of that bottleneck essentially. But the main one, as you can see here, it's the EIP 1559, which is actually coming a little bit later, but that's good, right? Yeah, people interested in Ethereum, which in my opinion, not financial advice here, is undervalued. I mean, come on now, this has got to pop at some point. Even we're looking at 50k Bitcoin here, 55k Bitcoin, and Ethereum is not even $300 higher than the previous all-time high from 2017, 2018, when Bitcoin was only 20k for about 10 seconds. How obvious does it need to be? But this may be the catalyst. Visa now settles payments in USDC, the stable currency, which is probably the best one in my opinion on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, yes, we've got huge fees. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but yes, it's also working with Crypto.com, which have had some issues in the past, but fundamentals are good here. Visa, huge. Ethereum, the biggest in terms of what they aim to be, and probably the most by the book stable currency. So, yeah. More fees incoming, yes. But yeah, in all seriousness, I think interest in Ethereum blockchain is going to be very, very interesting moving forward, especially when they sort this stuff out. I know it's taken time, but a lot of questions are asked at me as well. Earning a yield on USDC, and what I do recommend is Swissborg, right? Quick and simple, it's very, very easy. You can earn quite a good chunk on here as well, roughly about 10%, give or take. I know it says up to, but that is if you're owning a load of these tokens, by the way. But fundamentals wise, DeFi protocol, stable currencies are always going to be the king in an Ethereum blockchain because most of them are on there. But link below, check it out. You get some free cryptos if you do it as well. So that is just to cover off the questions that I tend to get. How do you earn a yield on your stable currency, which is always important. Moving on to the next bit of coinage news is what is happening with PundiX. Now, a lot of people ask me questions about this because I covered it back in 2019. Yeah, they moved the goalposts, boys and girls. I do apologise. I've not really done a full update on it, but they are trying to correct it. I mentioned this ages ago. The token supply of Pundi is astronomical, and they're reducing it. So, incoming very, very soon. They are, in effect, very, very soon incorporating a token change. Bang! Right? So they're basically reducing it by 1,000x. So essentially, if you've got 1,000 Pundi, you're going to get one. Doesn't change the price, just changes the supply. So your balance will automatically change essentially. So This is huge, but they're also doing all kinds of token buybacks. They're basically sorting out a lot of the stuff that they had to do. So as you can see here, in Q2 here, the amount will be sorted in July. So we're talking about a potential run here. Now, when we start talking about pricing, yeah, it's done quite a bit of a run recently since the announcement, but it could go a lot higher. This will give it a lot more, in my opinion, tangible money properties, which will make it a much better currency for you to use the application and the software and the hardware that they give. If you have no idea what Pundi is, it's basically a point of sale system, and in fairness, it was all right back in the day, but they had too much supply and it kind of just ruined everything. So when you start thinking about payment terminals and resellers, distribution and all kinds of stuff in terms of what they got, because they got the whole bit of gear, it's all right. But yeah, that was a big problem in my opinion. It kind of ruined the price and it just died. But I think they've got it figured out now. Moving on to the last one is the graph, right? Hello. Mainnet is incoming very, very soon. I believe in the next couple of weeks. Essentially, yeah, they've got the subgraphs coming out, so there may be a lot of interest in the graph as well. I really like the graph. I don't actually hold anything of it, but I do like the look of it. I kind of missed the boat a little bit, but it has retraced nicely. But there's a lot of things happening in terms of their mainnet going live, especially in the next coming weeks. So there may well be a trend change there on GRT. Let's have a look. It's had a nice big retracement, it has, it's done a nice big run, it's pulled all the way back, so there's definitely potentially a buying opportunity there as well moving forward. So today's video is done. Make sure you follow me on socials, as you've probably seen all the little tickers going around. But yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow where we'll probably talk about some price predictions or something random. But these are 5 coins that could do okay in April and moving onwards because of key developments coming out.